the group that stayed with you heard some hoots that sounded just like me.
Right.
But you said, no, that's not Inelia. Or maybe you did. I don't remember. But
the first one I was doubtful because they did it to duplicate you and they put out Analia energy.
Yes.
Thinking of you. That's why. But I wasn't sure. I was on the fence. And then the second one. So what happened is, so I'm out there and we're out there going, was that Analia? And the Sasquatch, she heard us. I'll say that. She could feel us going, like, damn it. And then the next one was so obviously not her. She's like, listen to this now. And then the second one was like, that is not Analia, no way, no how. And the message is coming across, right? And I started getting, it's a diuretic. I was peeing all the time. I was dehydrated.
And you were talking like crazy and running around.
Right, I came on the boat. You saw that. You should have seen me on the boat. I'm like, I'm like, what is the matter with me? Oh yeah, I just had a beautiful cup of extra caffeine coffee, right?
Todd, what's happened?
Right? I was running around the boat, flexing. I'll lift that for you. I can handle that. Let's do some work here. Yeah, and then getting off that was an addiction. My son and I were attempting because it's delicious. It smells good.
It's delicious when you have the addiction going. That's for sure.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's still delicious. I don't
really. I tried it recently and I was like, yeah, no addiction.
Well, you haven't tried it with the syrup and the milk.
I have the Canadian version.
The Canadian version.
It has nectar of the gods for Canadians in it.
I do that to like a tea and make it all that, but without the caffeine. That's pretty good.
And then I go around the corner. So let's say it is a costume. It's a big costume. He's 9.5 feet tall, massive tracks. And around the corner is cliffs. So to escape me, he had to rock climb and jump off a cliff about 20 feet. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's keeping them away. And one guy goes, I got to tell you something. I go, what? I go, I don't want to see them. As soon as they come around, I'm just terrified. And I say, please, God, don't come out. And both the other guys said, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm like, I'm going to strangle you guys. Because they're there. They're right there. Like I've never in my whole life, like they're right there. They're one more layer. I'm like, they're coming out. And then they back away. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then the truth comes out.
Right? So we have Adelina.
Yes.
Hi, Adelina.
Hello, Adelina.
Yeah, she's got some questions for Todd.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I heard they were hard questions.
Yes,
Those
I
are
heard
my
that
favorite
too.
kinds.
These are questions I want to know the answers to.
Oh, wow.
But I'm too afraid to ask them.
She's brave enough. She'll do it.
Okay. Thank you for making it easy for me.
For sure.
I loved our expedition out in the field last Sunday. I think that was great. And I went there like with curiosity to see what shows up, right? And while in the forest, I was looking at a small, like many twigs intertwined there. And I was feeling like, oh, look at that, and I was feeling like looking at a child, feeling like that. And then suddenly I hear somebody that was connecting with that thing say, oh, I think this was built by a baby Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, this is it, right?
Yeah.
And then we went to that big construction of big, not twigs, what do you call them? Branches, right?
Yeah, more branchy logs.
I was like, holy moly, that's a big one. That's and it felt like an adult.
Right.
But what I appreciate is, it was that you showed up and said, let's look there. And then you put the compass.
Yeah.
And that struck me because there was like exactly north-south, west-east, and in between, like exactly like half. And there was another confirmation that, what I felt was real. But you made it you got it to another level, Todd, when you put that compass in it.
Yeah.
Then you can see the intention behind the structure. It's not like
random
trees
and
fall.
many people got emotional. And the photograph too helped because it's a different perspective of the absolute accuracy of it that you can see in the photograph exactly the way I orientated it. Because in the wilderness, you're not sure where's north-south. But when I take that photo and I use those the way the Sasquatch put them north-south, and I take that photo, you see the precise dimensions of everything. And you can't even think that was just the trees fell like that. It's a preposterous thought after that. And then people start to accept the emotions. Why do I feel emotions? And oh my God, I should be feeling them. And then they open up the floodgates, and the reality of what that Sasquatch was trying to communicate comes through to you. My son went back over there. He's like, Dad, I never had such a feeling. And I stand in the center of that, and my mind got blown. I'm like, yeah, that's the purpose of it. And wherever the Sasquatch are, they're going, yes, yes, yes. Because nothing could be more disrespectful than walking along that and going, Right? They make this beautiful structure, and they did it intricately with feeling and purpose. And to be ignored, I can't even imagine what that would feel like. So when we're out there substantiating these truths, it's you're living in reality. You're not delusional anymore about that's random, that just happens, trees just break like that. No, you're delusional, and you're not getting the reality of what's going on here, and you're missing out on a whole beautiful, feeling and a whole beautiful experience. And then you got to experience it, and you just, like we were talking earlier, it just takes that little bit of a nudge. Hey guys, look at this, and you see that. I remember Martha. It's like, she almost got teary-eyed. Oh my God. And I just look over at you, and you're the young ones, and the confirmation, and that it lights you up, and they feel that, and then we're connecting, and I become a bridge. Right? I'm bridging these gaps with simple little critiques, just little nudges here and there.
You'll ask a question. Do you think a bear did this?
Right. A bear did this.
Perhaps it was a beaver grabbed these sticks
just to tick people off.
Line them up really good.
Because I want them to understand their own preposterousness. A beaver couldn't do that. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, if it wasn't a beaver, wasn't a bear, wasn't a person, what's left? When all else is removed, you're left with the truth. What could it be? And they finally go, had to be a Sasquatch. I go, thank you. Welcome to my world.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
But here is that, so we went into the forest and we saw all these constructions, right?
Yes.
It was like incredible how many of them, like mind-blowing. So the question is, did they know that we were going there, so they made them for us?
Yes.
Or it was them communicating between them and we went there and saw them?
It's for us. It's for us. They do stuff for themselves way in the deep bush. When it's for them, only they will experience it. They clearly are coming here to communicate. That was done for us. And when they put the message out and you receive it, I just can't tell you guys how that feels to them, how wonderful. It's like they've reached out they're extending an olive branch to us, and we're accepting it. And that's what they want. And it's you cannot think that has nothing. Sasquatch don't even people be out with me. This makes me laugh. And there's two Sasquatch and they're whooping. They go, they're talking to each other. No. They know they're there. They know exactly. They're talking to you. Oh no, I heard these two Sasquatch talking. No, you didn't. And then they even. Do you think they didn't know you were there? Yeah, they had no idea. I drove up my loud truck, bang, 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 and slammed my door, clunk, and lit a big fire that you could see for 20 miles. But they didn't know that you could hear them.
Did you hear me sneaking through the woods the other day, Todd?
Like, do you listen to yourself? Like these beings, like you hear the whoops, and what happens? They just disappear. They're not. They didn't disappear. They just walked off. They could have stomped away. You didn't hear a damn thing. They were communicating themselves to you, and then and when you say preposterous things, that structure happened natural. Oh, those bishops. It's ridiculous. Really get past that preposterous paradigm and understand they're reaching out. They're communicating with us, and it's a wonderful gift that you've experienced in other ways as well. And then even I think as good students, what's the purpose? What's the meaning behind it? Let's get really deep. Okay, we know Sasquatch did it. Now, what's the energy? What are we supposed to learn from this? What can we give back? How can we continue on with this relationship? Let's up-level. Let's get past the ridiculous ideas of what normal people would think.
Kind of reminds me of our experience on the lake last night before last, or whenever it was, a few days ago. Remember, we were out at 2:00 in the morning, no lights, in the middle of the forest, quiet, having a experience with the Sasquatch jumping tree to tree,
multiple individuals,
making taps, having an interaction with. It was the four of us there, you and your son and Jamie and myself. And at some point of that experience, you heard them make another break, but they had moved away. Yeah, and then in maybe 30 seconds. 5 miles away, the dogs start going crazy. Yeah. Because we're on the lake and we live 5 miles away from the beach part.
As the crow flies.
As the crow flies, yeah. Not even 30 seconds, the dogs went nuts. Yeah. Absolute nuts. The Sasquatch made it all the way there. Yeah. They knew the dogs were there. They went there to do that to show us,
Yeah.
See how fast?
Yeah.
Or
It's all
something. I
lessons.
don't know what. But it was like incredible how quick they moved from us to the dogs.
Even think like these structures are how far from this house. Like you could probably see the house. It's all human smells, human. To think that the Sasquatch are doing that, it just doesn't make any sense. They're so out there. And like if you actually went and found habitat, you would probably find I've seen tree breaks done for Sasquatch that they do for themselves. And it makes perfect sense. It's understandable. It's reasonable. Like when I'm on a spot, like nobody's ever going to see this. Now you know it was likely for Sasquatch. No roads, nothing around, a whole new intricacy to the structures. This was not done for people. And when it's obviously not done for people, you can be aware of that. And when it's on trails, people walk these trails and they're breaking. I wonder if those are for Sasquatch. You had to move the damn thing out of the way. Right? It's for us.
We didn't go there by accident.
So now I understand, because I could not make the difference like, okay, is this made for us, or was this like them communicating things between them? But now I understand what you explain. Of course.
Yes.
It's, it's
for you.
Places where people go.
Yes.
Well, people don't normally go down there, but that's the guidance we received
But
to go
we
there.
received
They
the
left some
guidance.
little items on
Left
the way.
items for us.
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said. So around the vocalizations, I have a question about that. So last year, Larry and I left, we went home, and then the group that stayed with you heard some hoots that sounded just like me.
Right.
But you said, no, that's not Inelia. Or maybe you did. I don't remember. But
the first one, I was doubtful because they did it to duplicate you, and they put out Analia energy, thinking of you. That's why. But I wasn't sure. I was on the fence, and then the second one. So what happened is, I'm out there, and we're out there going, "Was that Analia?" And the Sasquatch. She heard us all say that. She could feel us going. She's like, "Damn it!" And then the next one was so obviously not her. She's like, "Listen to this now." And then the second one was like, "That is not Analia, no way, no how." And the message is coming across, right? But there's communication.
They do that? Like they have copied me in the past. I have hooted, and then like 2 minutes later they'll hoot back exactly my hoot that I did 2 minutes before.
Right. Well, isn't what's that words where it's when you copy someone, it's the highest form of flattery? Oh. There's an expression like that, and it's because
it could be like roles, right? Like they reflect in the role that they have rather than an identity. It's not an identity.
There's no way. Let's look at it the opposite for a second. If they dislike you and they have a disdain for you, they're not going to duplicate you back. So the opposite of that is if they appreciate you and they feel the positivity in you, they're going to duplicate you back because it was a wonderful, good feeling. They're not attracted to hateful negativity, hostility, anger.
It could be that they are like more role. Oh, that's how that role person speaks. So I'm going to speak in that role.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I think it's more to do with that.
Well, that's a deeper look at it, right? I'm trying to be a little more superficial. People can come this way. You're going to look at things in a much deeper, more even. Yeah, it's
that's interesting.
There's like a real energy that they're duplicating back to you based on a role. 100%.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then like the signs with the northeast, west, whatever, and the other sign on the road and the footprints and everything, we didn't go there by accident.
No. I never thought that.
No.
Yeah.
Because I knew exactly where to go because they showed me.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's going to be interesting. I wonder what they left there.
Yeah.
Right?
You see the levels that we're talking about here? Like she knew which way to go. There's a million ways to go through that wilderness, and we went exactly that way. And she was looking for that kind of stuff. She wasn't surprised when she found it. She's like,
I wasn't even
is.
looking. I knew that they left something. It was just interesting to know what it was.
Yeah, you see?
And something happened at my house because with Larry, he takes the dog out every day to a certain location. I didn't know this, right? Because I'm usually in bed having my coffee that he just brought out because he's a wonderful husband, right? And when we were going to set out, I said, they're showing me our next door neighbors. She has 5 acres there. They never go there. The owners are never there. They're showing me that spot, and they left some signs for us, right? Something cool that Todd might like. And he said, no, there's nothing there. I take the dog there every day. There's absolutely nothing there. Nothing. So he leaves.
I didn't even look.
He didn't even look. He just left.
Yeah.
Right?
I gotta go.
I got the boat to do it this morning, and I'm going to meet them in the afternoon. And I said, okay, well, And then, he didn't take the dog, so I'll take the dog, right? So I took the dog, and instead of taking him out on the leash, I just let him go, right? Okay, go off into the forest. And he ran straight for that spot. And I ran after him. Because that's a great idea. Not a good idea. So I ran after him. And then I noticed that was the area that the Sasquatch were saying, right? So I walked in and thinking, well, Larry's already been here every day. And he said it wasn't, but I want to find out myself. And there were like 3 or 4 brand new structures.
And they were completely over.
Yes. Over, under, and everything. And dog running. And he was standing in front of the biggest one and smelling it.
The dog ran to him.
Right? So it's like, how could Larry miss that? So I took photos and I said, dude.
What about these?
What about these?
Yeah.
And then the next day we went back and the dog ran again to it. And because he's a giant dog, he's trampled all over the big one. But the other ones were still there. There was a really cute little one with a big stick and then 3 little sticks pointing and one crossed.
Art,
yeah.
So it's like,
heart,
so it's like what you said is they're not talking to each other.
No.
It's totally us, and it's not random.
And you're doing your job when you find
us.
it and you appreciate it. And
if they tell us, go check it out, right?
And it was for Todd, because I don't know about you, but nobody else thought, let's check the orientation north-south of this structure.
Right.
That's what Todd did.
Just experience. And to give you that little step to go, really? You see, really? This is what's really happening.
Right.
Don't doubt it. And they do that too. And they want this knowledge to be passed on. They want you to get it. And it's frustrating when you don't.
That was very appreciated because I could have a feeling, but when you came with the proof, that you took it to another level, right? It felt like, I was right. I that's what I felt, you know?
Yeah.
Now this is the proof.
This is the bridge.
Yes, it was so perfect.
And you'll get more of that when you appreciate what's being given. You'll get more, and you can continue to up level, right? If you're just passing those things by and you're not seeing it, which most people do, you have nowhere to grow, right? It's all about growth and expansion. And I can imagine how frustrating it is for them. They'll even mind speak with you, and people will just take it off as that's just background noise in my head. No, there's something being told to you, and listen.
So talking about this, then we went into the forest and Brian found this big footprint. Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is the biggest I've ever seen. It was like four of my feet would feel that, you know, maybe. Maybe. So, and then you had the idea, like, put your barefoot in.
Yeah.
So I did that. So the experience I had in that moment was like, so mentally, I always knew that they are big, they are strong. I could imagine, but when I put my foot in that, I had that feeling like, now I had like the knowingness of how strong they are. And it was like, holy moly. What is this?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They're so well built for that land. They're so well designed for it. They're so the immensity that they project is spectacular, and it's mind blowing. It's not even just the size though. It's the energy. It's the connectivity they have to the land. It's the brilliance of them that all resonates on multiple levels with you, and it shocks you, right? So, and congratulations. That's a wonderful gift.
So if until that moment I knew it at a mental level, when I put my foot, it was like knowing at a experiential level. Like now I know what it means, what it feels, how it feels a Sasquatch kind of. The energy, yes.
I don't hear anybody else using that technique to bridge people to Sasquatch by putting their barefoot in there and making a direct connection.
Exactly. That's your bridge, man.
Nobody talks about that. I've seen people come to tears. Like people come out, like one example, this one girl's like, there's a track out there for me and I really want to find it. And then when she found the track, she's like, this is what I've been dreaming about. And I take your shoe off, and there was actually a tree break there. So she put her hand on the tree break, foot on the crack. She started crying and all these emotions came out of her. And she's like, oh my God, this has just been so life-changing for me. And I'm not surprised because I see it often. That's what happens. And that's how spiritual and beautiful the land and the resonation and the connection and the spirituality, the quantum energy that comes off of that. They get like a Sasquatch energy, and when you can understand that energy and that feeling, there's no way to really communicate that, then you can, further that relationship with them specifically.
We were in the field, all of us, and we decided to form a circle and call the Sasquatch in. Mm-hmm. I'm curious, what did you do? Like, what did you have? Do you have a technique?
Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted to touch, I wanted to connect, and then I got in trouble for that. So, because I made a connection with Larry, and I made a connection with Fred that was beside me, and then Fred touched Dayton, and then the girl's like, "Don't touch me." So I was like, "That's okay, don't need that." But if you notice what I did though, as I had probably had my shoes off. I don't remember specifically, but if it didn't, I had my hands in the earth and I had my head on the earth. And I'm just feeling into it. Yeah. It's all about feeling and getting that energy and even getting. I kind of get like a dopamine sort of drunkenness about me, and I get up and I feel that intoxication. It's like spiritual intoxication, but it's actually growth. It's expansion in your mind, and so that's all I do is I get there, and you know what? I'll make it about me and the group, right? I feel, and there's certain people I'm more connected to. Like there's multiple individuals. I feel sparks, and I bump over somebody else, and I connect with other people, and at different times I get different connections, right?
Right.
So, and I feel into it because I'm learning too. I am a student.
Yeah.
This is a discovery process. I am learning, I'm growing, I'm expanding, and anybody who knows me can see the changes that I've been through over the years. And it's immense. Like I have decades and decades to go. Did you start out as a
skeptic in the beginning?
Oh my God, so skeptical. There's no such thing as Sasquatch. That's preposterous, right?
Wow.
You gotta go out in the woods and prove it. That's his origin.
What a journey, huh?
Hoax and mistaken identity, and that's all there is. That's the only hypothesis. There's only hoaxing or mistaken identities. There's nothing else. And that hypothesis, I went after it with my heart and soul because I knew that was the truth. The problem is, in my heart and soul, I'm devoted to the truth. And that's what I tell anybody, expeditioners. Don't worry about the footage and all the crap that you hear from people. Don't worry. Come out here and tell your friends, tell your family, go be a hero and go, you know what? I'm going out with Todd Standing and I'm going to figure out what the truth is. And if you really come looking for the truth, if you're hell-bent and fearless for the truth, you're going to get it.
You're going to get the truth.
Right? And if you're not, you won't. If you come out wishy-washy, if you come out afraid, I'm going to know because you can't hide from me out there. I'm going to know you. We're going to bleed together. We're going to hike together. We're going to experience things together that are paradigm shifting. There's a brotherhood and a sister brotherhood that goes on out there that there's no more hiding. You're going to know. And it starts out too with me. I want to be so transparent and open with them. If I have problems in my life, I want to talk about it. My personal issues, the kind of father that I am, here's my children, what's going on in my life. And when they go, oh, Todd Standing, they have this legend, Todd Standing, but they see I'm just a person. I'm a human being. I have issues and problems, and I'm growing and I'm expanding like anybody else. And then we go out there as a cooperation, as a team, and work together and move forward to expand human consciousness. And really, I have to get it to people that they can't understand. This is the most important discovery, period. This is so important that we do this. I know that. I see holes in the world, and this discovery fixes it, and it expands us, and it grows us in a way that's happening whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. You may not think telepathy is real, but it is. And if you're not part of this, we're literally going to be able to go, remember when we weren't telepathic and we thought we were all separate and all that manure? And then remember when we became it and all the first ones that went down that path and led it for us and really became dominant, because Darwinism to an extent does exist, and it will. If you're not telepathic, man, that's the ultimate sensory perception. And if you're not going down that road, you're going to get left behind. And I fear for people that are in that, they can't accept that and won't see that truth. They're going to get left behind. And Sasquatch is all about that.
About telepathic communication, you mean?
But the evolution of us as beings, like growing and expanding. So, and telepathy is spirituality. It's connectivity. It's, I talk to women especially all the time. Where they go, I'm an independent woman. I got I do everything on my own. Really? Where's your electricity come from? Where's that water come from? Who gets rid of your sewage? Does the garbage man pick up your stuff? What happens when your vehicle breaks? Oh, wait a second. You can't do any of that stuff.
Wait, you have a vehicle?
Yeah.
How
You know what I mean?
vehicle happen?
Who invented that vehicle? Like, I could go on all day. Who's got the internet running? Who maintains these lines of, like, if I shut off your power, if I just went click and shut your power off, do you know how to put it back on? Nope.
No.
And you know how SOL you'd be without power? So are you really separate? No, we've just created this environment where people are delusional enough to think I'm an independent. I can do it all on my own. No, you're not, and you're not. Just trust me. And I give these examples, and that's just superficially. What about deeply, quantumly, spiritually? How are you not separate? And I teach that to people, even the hardest ass scientists. Okay, so what happens if they shut off that big light in the sky? What happens if that goes click? Nothing exists. I'm here talking and my hand's moving based on the energy that comes from that sun. Are we in agreement? Chloroplasts absorb it and we find ways to consume those calories. Without that, there is no existence. So where's the source of all energy? Let's just talk scientifically. It's that big, beautiful ball. So we all are from the same source. Let's start there. Nobody argues that. And then the spirituality of that, the other layers of fulfillment. And this is all stuff I've learned by researching Sasquatch. So, right, I thought it was a bipedal ape running around.
You thought it didn't even exist.
It was so much more than that on so many levels.
So what was the moment when you went out there to disprove the existence of Sasquatch that you realized, wait, it's actually real? Yeah,
it was about a 3-day period. And video 2, I'm so grateful I have that. That Sasquatch is so big. He's absolutely freaking enormous. It's the first video that I got out there public and that I have. When I went up there and I was looking for that, okay, it's got to be some native guy running around in costumes, been up for 10,000 years. So I go up there and I see these immense tracks. And I look down to the guy and I go, I thought he was standing right here. He goes, yeah, that's where he was standing. Well, it doesn't make any sense because my head's about where? And he goes, yeah, where his ass was. And then I go around the corner. So let's say it is a costume. It's a big costume. He's 9.5 feet tall, massive tracks. And around the corner is cliffs. So to escape me, he had to rock climb and jump off a cliff about 20 feet. Like, I would never be able. A mountain lion couldn't do that. That was his escape point. So how do you get out of there with the costume? And I come around, but the energy I'm feeling, right? And I can't explain it. It's like the tracks are there. And I'm touching them. I'm like, what the hell is going on with me? Right? And I'll tell you. So over those 3 days, so then I filmed video 3 2 days later, and I made everybody go home because I was just losing my mind.
Is that the one that you have running on the hill?
Yeah, running up the side of the hill.
Okay.
I saw that. And even people don't know this. You want to know what really happened to? Really? When that Sasquatch was there in the video, you could hear me. So Trevor goes, he's there right up by the trees. I go, I got nothing. Oh, I see him. I don't want to see him, but I see him, right? Yeah. And he's huge. So I say, I got nothing. I'm lying. I want to go home and suck my thumb. There's nothing there. And I tell you, I've got that camera. If that Sasquatch moves 1 inch towards me, I'm dropping that camera and screaming, "Mommy!" and going home. So, but there's a second you can hear this in the audio. I go, I'm about to. I go, run and turn. He's moving away from me. It's okay. Hold your ground. He's moving away. So we filmed the video, and I get the video. Trevor goes, we're gonna go over there and go that. And I look and I go, I grabbed him by the throat, and I'm like, I got the truck, and I can kick your ass 6 ways till Sunday. It's home now, bitch. Now I'm done. That thing is 9 feet tall. I don't know nothing about it, and it's real. And you have no idea how close I came to running. Like in that, if you listen to the audio, that's absolute sheer terror out of me. I was like, when are you gonna die? No, he's moving away. It's okay. Yeah. Just in that split second, I made that decision to continue to record. And Trevor, I grabbed him by the throat. And look, I can't do it. I'm going to explode from this feeling that I got right now. I'm completely out of my comfort zone. And I will beat your ass and take your... I'm not leaving you here. So I will beat you. No, I have the truck. It's my truck. I don't want to leave you. You're my friend. But dude, I've been asking him, this is really hard. I'm having trouble. And that's the point. I grabbed him by the throat. And he looked me in the eye and he went, okay. I feel you, Todd. We're going home. It's all right. And I was breathing like that.
Wow.
The whole way out, I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? And the Sasquatch are up there going, we got him. We got him. 3 days of it. And if I'd have taken a lie detector in that first year, I'd have failed. Is Sasquatch real? I would have said yes, and I would have went beep, 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 failed, because the paradigm couldn't shift.
Right.
I knew it in my head. And the expeditioners do this all the time. When someone has a sighting, oh my God, it was incredible, amazing. And they go home 2, 3, 4 months later, they call me and go, Todd, I saw a Sasquatch. I go, go ahead, do it. He goes, because I didn't believe it. My friends told me it was all blah, 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 blah. And then they go, but I really saw one. I go, yeah, you did. Right. You really, really did, my friend. And 4 months is pretty fast to overcome that paradigm. Nobody has ever, one human, David Avocado Wolf, was the only human being ever that I took out, and he saw a Sasquatch, and his energy was like, I knew they were real. Like I see pictures of elephants. I never saw elephants in Africa. I know they're real. He's the only human being that is so freaking zen and so grounded in these beautiful ways that he saw a Sasquatch and he was happy. He's like, wow, I wanted this and I'm excited. I go, but you got nothing? He's like, I'm just perfectly zen with it. Let's go on and look for some mushrooms. Right?
So are you saying here that people that come with you happen to see Sasquatch, like real, see a Sasquatch, and then they forget?
No, they doubt themselves.
After they've seen it?
Yeah, they doubt, like let's say Stefan, he's this martial arts instructor. He goes home and they go, it's just some dude in a suit out there. And he goes, but there were bears everywhere and I went everywhere. No, he's got some guy he paid. Then he goes, I went out there with a shotgun to go to the bathroom and that Sasquatch growled at me and I saw it. And when he came back to me, he's this big, muscular black guy. He was bending the shotgun. He said, Todd, that guy almost died. I go, cool, Stefan, can I have the shotgun? He goes, you understand, Todd? I was going to, it's red as dead as I can see it. That thing is cocked and ready. And he's like, I'm telling you, Todd, I was going to blow a hole in that guy. I go, I appreciate your perspective. Just give me the gun, Stefan. Give me the gun. And the expeditioners are standing back like, this is, because they heard that Sasquatch growling at him and stuff. He's like, God damn it, this is not cool. He's got a shotgun.
Right.
And then when he goes talks to his friends, like, you think Todd had a dude out there with a suit in the middle of nowhere? We just saw a bear an hour before. And I had a loaded shotgun, red, like whatever he's paying that. So the reality starts to sink in. And Stefan goes, the more they told me it wasn't real, the more I realized how preposterous my own ignorance is. Let society figure it out. Because there's also not one human being that went out and saw a Sasquatch with me and ever called me back and said, oh, it wasn't a Sasquatch. But they go through the process. It took me a year. Usually takes them 2 to 6 months. And I always get the call. And I'm always ready for it.
As you tell your story, I can see why you're the bridge. Because you were there. You were those people.
Yeah. That's right. That I've had that experience.
There.
Yes.
Because when Larry says, I was like,
that's what I was trying to tell you earlier.
It's like, you were there.
I did that. I was in the fetal position, dude. I was sucking my thumb. But that day,
I can see that now.
Right?
Yeah.
I was absolutely freaking terrified.
You totally are.
And I wanted to quit. And I wanted to not do it. Like I went through
every
such
time we
horrible
come in
stuff.
from this, I'm like, I'm not
done.
doing that again.
Really?
What was I even thinking?
I didn't know that. Yeah, but then when you said it, you realize I'm a better human being now. I really am. I've grown and I've changed, and that paradigm shift that was so damn uncomfortable, it was really for the better.
Yeah, it doesn't take me months, but like a couple, 3 days later, I'm like, oh, I
That's
could
pretty
do that
fast.
with my friends.
Yeah,
we can do that
again.
We'll do that.
I can see the light.
But when
in
I first
that.
get back, I'm like, forget it.
Yeah.
Why would I even think that was a good idea?
Yeah. What the hell was going on?
Why?
When we came, this will surprise Larry. So when we got back, you know how I laid on the ground there? I was like, I'm tired. I wasn't tired. I was thanking God that everybody got back safe.
Okay, I agree. That was a lot of
right?
A lot of people.
That's really what I feel though. Like I'm so grateful because, and I imagine that I'm going to do that before I go. What's the number one thing that's going to happen on this expedition? I'm going to go lay down on that beach. I'm going to put my hand on my heart and I'm going to thank God that everybody came back safe and sound. Because so many things can happen, right? The kayak can, like 1,000 things can go wrong.
In the morning we went up there, looked around. There's a freaking 200-foot cliff we could walk off easy.
Right.
In the dark. Up on the island.
Oh, on the top, yeah. There's
maybe 100, 150. It's big. I'm like, oh, look, there's a cliff here.
That explains so many things for me.
Does it?
Yeah. Because I had the energy or the feeling that the kids are being bad. They're they're putting themselves in danger. And you have to tell them to get out of there. And I'm like,
I felt that too.
Beach. I mean,
no, because remember when we were up there and we saw the two, and the little one came. It was. Remember I said the little one's over there. Remember how close he was? He was on the freaking cliffs. Yeah, he was on the cliffs.
I didn't know you had left the safe spot.
Oh yeah, we went up into the woods.
Now it makes a lot of sense because
on the cliffs that little one came around. I was actually, that's why I kind of backed off. I wanted to say that I remember saying, Thaden, what's over there, Thaden? Because it was all dark. I couldn't see. He's like, Cliff's dad. I'm like, what's this little dude doing over there on the cliffs? Get off of that. It's not cool. So yeah, but anyways, the remember too, like, so when you feel safe with me, it's because I started out with the protection. Everybody's going to come back safe, and I'm going to thank God when we're done the expedition. So that whole energy thrived all the way through where it comes back. Because I tell you, morally, if somebody got injured or damaged, it would just destroy me. Like my protection instinct is 10 out of 10 through the roof. These people have to come home safe, and they
didn't like you guys on the cliff at all.
No,
they did not like that.
But safety is so important to me. I really like, these people come out and they trust me to guide them and keep them safe. And they have families to go home to, their fathers, their brothers are important parts of the community. And that is like paramount with me. No one has ever been injured or damaged in any way on my expeditions. And I do stuff. I almost wanted to say that I do crazy backcountry, backcountry nuts, so crazy shit that is so dangerous. If you talk to any wildlife officer, you can't do that. You're going to die. You're going to end up, but there's more layers that they don't understand that's going on out there. I've taught the bears to be afraid of me. I've taught the mountain lions. I'm a good steward of the land. And ultimately too, really it's I like to say Sabe. Sabe just keeps us safe. They know when I listen. They've saved my life. I literally, dude, totally. I could tell you 10 stories about how I was dead, done, bury me, and they got me through it. Stupid stuff that I've done. I would not be here without the grace of those incredible beings keeping me alive. And I'll tell you, if I can pick out, honestly, there's literally 6 times where they have completely and utterly saved my life. I was dead. If there's 6 that I know of,
there's probably more.
100.
Right? Ignorant theorists, like how many times?
I remember standing, we were coming down this, I don't know, it was kind of a steep slope, walking alongside of it, and we'd just been connecting with Sasquatches. We were a little bit drunk, feeling dizzy, and we could barely stand up. And one of the expeditioners come right by Todd, and Todd's like a tree. He's invisible. I saw him, but she didn't. And she starts falling down the cliff. And Todd's hand goes, grabs her arm. She didn't even know he was there.
Yeah.
Wow.
She did good though. Like she was falling. She went, "Oh, thank you." I think she thought you were grabbing her.
The tree grabbed. I don't know what she thought.
She's like, "Oh, thank you. I was falling." I'm like, "You're welcome." She's like, "Todd."
But why were you dizzy?
I don't know. All of us got a dizzy feel. It was a strange. It's like an experience that we all
What do you think,
shared.
Todd? Why
the dizzy
did they get
it wasn't
dizzy?
dizzy. It was drunk feelings. Like we could barely put our foot in front of each other. We were like
building new pathways in your brain,
Strange.
like a new expansion. It's new clarity to your mind, opening up a new level of consciousness and connectivity to nature, to earth. It's like, we've seen it in science where they show how you're actually building. You're letting old pathways that aren't appropriate fall away. But you're building new ones, and through love.
sort of like a Bogotas makes a new neural pathway.
Yeah.
Or restores an old pathway that used to be there or something.
Or one of Inelia's books. I mean,
or one of Inelia's books.
I mean,
yes.
So this is what happens. So I take a book, one of Inelia's books. I start reading, and then suddenly I wake up. And I'm like, what, did I sleep? And I did sleep. And Ilia says, yeah, you slept. you really slept like that. Like, what happened? And then I had to read again because I could not remember anything, like zero. Or in our conversations, right? When we talk about the book. And then I would just fall asleep while talking.
While talking, yes.
You know, I mean, having a conversation with other people about the book. And it's like, and then when I go back, I can see, but I need like to read 10 times to finally get the idea that would not get there. And then I would forget again after I get it, you know? So maybe something like that.
Well, it's not maybe. That happened to me here in that, the pyramid that you have. So I went out there by myself just a couple days ago and I laid down in front of the pyramid. I touched all the crystals and I got really into it. And then I feel like I got my ass kicked spiritually. I got up and I was like, I tried to walk to the pyramid. I fell over and hit that wall. If the wall was there, I would have hit the bush. Like I was this is too much and this is not cool. So I left and I was looking back and I was like, you just whooped my ass. I ain't happy about it. And I wanted to go back there and rejuvenate like you're saying, like I don't even remember what happened. And I was there meditating. I had all these thoughts and all this bliss was coming in. And then I forgot everything. And I left there like a drunken, like if you'd have seen me walking away, like what is he? How drunk is that ass? Look at that guy. He's falling over the place. And I'm like, I can do better than that. It's too much. It was too much. And then, you know, I never did get to go back on that day. But it's up leveling. It's paradigm shifting. It's a wondrous good thing. And sometimes I don't wanna. I feel like, you know what? Don't ask me what that is. Can I just do it?
Yes. I think you should do more of that. I think that's why you're still here.
Yeah.
Todd was leaving
Yes.
yesterday or day before. The end of the
Yes.
expedition was a few
Yes.
days ago, and then he
Next
stayed one
level.
day extra anyway, and then the extra day,
And that's
all
what
of a sudden,
that's
his
what I felt
truck
like when I was
doesn't
leaving.
work.
It was like, you just didn't get it properly.
You're
And
not
like, and
done.
I was mad. I was like, I can get it, but you didn't. But I can get it. I was like, why'd you go out then? And even a little bit of disappointment. You were getting it, and then too drunk and too falling over. So I feel a level. Even my son, he's got a little bit of a failure he did, and we can fail and we can lose, but you better not like it.
But you can try
Go again. What do you like? What do you like? But you never take an L and go, yeah, I'm okay with that. No,
I had a
I'm upset
feeling,
about that.
yeah, we had a feeling, didn't we, that you had to do something, you and your son.
Yeah, so
more.
we'll get to
It's
that.
about
Without
yours.
expeditioners.
Without expeditioners.
Just you.
Just you
Wow.
Okay.
two. Yeah.
You know, one of my reasons to join the whole group and us going into the field was my kids.
You have two babies.
I wanted to take my kids and be part of this experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine that for them to be, yeah, Sasquatch, of course, my friend Sasquatch,
Yeah.
like,
It's real.
there they are.
Yeah.
I know them, I communicate with them, we have a connection, like a regular connection,
Yes.
and it's just normal.
Yeah.
You didn't see, but on Friday paella night, Emil came up and he's like, Todd. Todd was talking, and then
I got to kick his ass
Emil
with
had
a really good
told me a
conversation.
little story, and I said, "Go tell Todd." He said, "Okay." He said, "I can't right now. He's talking." I said, "Just go stand by him and wait. He'll stop eventually."
Eventually, I shut up.
Which he ended up having to wait a long time, and he started getting impatient. And he's like, Todd. It's like, yes, Emil, what is it? He said, Todd, I heard this really loud wood banging in the woods. And Todd said, and what was it? Was it a bear? He's
Donkey
like,
was first.
Was it
a
donkey?
donkey? Did you go ee-aw, ee-aw? I want to get him like, that's not a donkey.
He did. He's
Right.
like, no, it wasn't a donkey.
Yeah.
Then you said, was it a... What would you say
Bear,
next?
deer. I just went through the thing.
Deer. You went through
He got upset. He's like, "Stop it! Stop saying these silly." That's what I want them to do. But I want that energy because as soon as
Silly things.
just stop saying these ridiculous things, and I go, "Then what was it?" And then no more BS. It was a Sasquatch, and
He
I
just
go,
said, it was a Sasquatch, Todd.
just like that, yeah.
It's like, come on,
And I go,
dude.
on, dude.
and I go, now you know it, don't you? You know it. And he goes, oh yeah, I do. Like, know it, live it. And you give me a high five, dude. And if anybody ever questions you, you know the truth, right? And it sinks in. It's a teaching method I do with children. I want it to sink in because people will pester them. People will try to paradigm shift them into their crazy fake world.
Yeah.
And they won't now because he stood his ground and he was tested and there was nothing else. He said, Todd, it was a Sasquatch.
Come
like
on,
even
Todd.
upset with me.
Exactly.
Come on, man, it was a
Donkey?
Sasquatch.
Come on, Todd.
And-
you
and-
should know if
and now-
anybody, it's a Sasquatch, of
Right?
course.
6, right?
Yeah, he's
six.
six.
And it's in his head, and he knows it now, and he's got that. And he walked away. Like when he walked
Yes.
away, he's like, "Man, that was a Sasquatch," and I just
Come
darn
on,
well know it.
Todd.
He had a new like level of confidence that just took a million. That's that little nudge in the right direction.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
again, because I'd been there. I
Yes.
did that, right?
So you're the bridge.
And I do it. My
Yes, you
girlfriend.
have that too, right? It's like people questioning you,
Yeah.
calling you a fraud, and
Yeah.
that you made it all up, and you
Yeah.
put actors out in the field
Oh
or
my
whatever,
God.
is right?
Yeah.
And you had to say, no, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they take bits of truth and then they twist it and make it look bad. So that, and I tell you, that's what really happened. But they twisted it to make it look bad, and it, they just have like the best of the deception people. They'll take a truth and twist it.
Yeah.
And then I don't even if people are following you and they believe you, you're a twister of truth. And I don't want any of those followers. I don't want those people on my frequency. You just take them all and you just have you live in your delusional world. And the ones that are ready, like your son was ready. He's 6 years old and he is ready. And I gave it to him, and I can do that with anybody. It's just they have to be ready, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with youth, it's easy. With expeditioners, maybe not so easy sometimes. But that's why I could take anybody out and show them a Sasquatch. And see, I smile when I say that because I've like this guy from CNN, Anderson Cooper was going to come out. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to be able to come out here. Like, they're not going to allow it. He's like, I've been out in Afghanistan. He sends me pictures where they're shooting at him. He's got a helmet on. I've been out in Afghanistan. I knew you wouldn't be able to come out. This is more dangerous than that. But what I didn't know is the Sasquatch were telling me he'll never make it. He's actually weird. He'll pee himself. And right. So the whole situation goes, this happens 100 times. I realize the plane won't work, or
you figure
the mother will get this,
crocodiles.
or something will happen.
That
so now I'm just at the point where I know I could talk to people on the phone, and celebrities are hard because they're really good actors and they can deceive me. And celebrities, I think, will believe their lies, and that's what that's pathological lying. They'll go, I believe this lie, but they do it all the time, and they're just wishy-washy.
That's a profession.
So I do get confused about some celebrities sometimes. I say about 90% of them will wash out last minute, which is what happens.
Yeah.
But with normal people, I'm usually pretty good, and I even gravitate towards people that have good Sasquatch energy, as I call it. I could feel it, like the Sasquatch. What got you? I woke up this day and I just was flipping and I saw your movie suddenly. Oh, just randomly just popped. Then I'm going, that's not random, is it? You're being led. Oh, and I saw this and this just resonated with me, and I'm like, okay, so you're being called, and then those people will gravitate and come out.
So I want to tell you something. Maybe 3 years ago, me, my husband, and Emil, by then my second son was not born, we went on the trail from Lake Ose to the ocean. So I was in front, I was walking, and then I just turned. I wanted to say something to them. But when I turned behind Ilie to my right, I see a freaking big Sasquatch.
What?
And I was like, I wanted to scream and like that, but then when I was like about to scream and say something, I looked better and I see a big stump, and then I get confused because I was sure that was a Sasquatch. And then I said, Ilya, there is a Sasquatch behind you. Though I was seeing now a stump, you know?
Yeah.
And then he got so scared because he saw me and he just wanted to take him and run past me.
Yeah.
He stopped in front of me and then he turned because I was not moving and there was no space. It was a small path. So he turned like that, like that. Like, where?
Where?
And he looked and then... I know now it's a stump, but there was a Sasquatch. I was like, oh, it's a stump.
Yeah, it was a test.
You know?
It was a test.
Not from me.
Yeah, it was for you. And for both of you.
Oh,
100%. It was a test.
Okay.
It was a test.
I was not testing him.
No, they were testing you. What's going to happen? So they like you. They've had interactions with you. They've done really cool things with you, and they know you very well, right?
Yeah.
So they don't want, nobody wants to, hey, here I am, and nobody, can you imagine how you'd feel? Hey, I love you guys. You guys are wonderful. I have so much respect for you. Here I am. You godless beast. Yeah.
Don't kill me.
And then, but are you really going to react like that? Yes, you will.
Yes,
you really are going to react like that.
You totally did.
That's not going to work for them
Yes.
at all. Right?
Yeah.
So the truth came out. It's a truth secret
Yes.
thing. The truth came out. Even your husband's reaction.
Yeah.
Are you ever going to see a Sasquatch? No, not if you react like that. Nobody wants to be treated like that, right?
Yeah,
so now you
totally.
have to go into your own self and go, do I really want this? And when this happens, how do I really feel about these beings? And is that truth going to come out, or am I going to let this fear take over and run things, right?
Yes.
Because he's not going to harm you. Girl, let me tell you something. If they want you gone, you're gone.
You would have been gone a long time ago.
Do you know they're out there?
Of course.
Okay, so you know they exist. So why are you so terrified to actually know they exist?
Yeah.
Like, you know they exist. They're gonna. So there he is. I knew you existed. It doesn't really make sense, does it? But that's a truth.
Totally.
That's a truth. So now you have to go back and relive that situation with your husband, even. Like, you guys should not. They don't. All of that is just.
We haven't thought about that, but that's
You got to go
we're
back
never
with
going
him.
there again.
So that's not cool, though, right?
That's enough of that.
What the lesson is that you know they're real and you know they're wonderful, and if you ever see them, you're going to be scared crapless of them. That's not appropriate. The whole thing is absolutely
Totally.
wrong.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have to work on that within yourself. Go
Yeah.
through that situation again. Okay, now there is a Sasquatch there. Oh, hi. I knew you were there. Hey, Ilya. Hey, Emil, look at this beautiful... Emil, there they are.
Yes.
Right? Now you're doing something that in the history of your people you've never done. You're growing. You're making a discovery and you're taking it to another level. And you have a responsibility to do that. Otherwise, there's kind of a hypocrisy, right?
You are so right, and
Yeah.
it didn't occur to me like to go and relive that, but
Yeah.
choose now not to react and choose
Right.
to respond
Right.
because I know better.
Right.
It was just and no excuses. But anyway, it was.
So what are you going to do when that happens, and how are you going to react? And be beautiful about it. Make it a wonderful experience for you and the Sasquatch.
Like, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're at 2:00 in the morning, the Sasquatch are jumping through the trees, and everybody is like quiet or like all of a sudden gathered together. Todd's way over here. He's like, "Hello, I'm here.
Hey,
Come
guys.
on, hi guys.
What do you want to do today?
What do you want to do? Come say hi."
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I'm telling you because I do this, and I've done it 100 times, and I've seen them 100 times, and I've filmed them dozens of times.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the Sasquatch. It's going to reflect. You guys are out there loving nature, seeing a beautiful day,
Yeah.
and whatever you reflect out there is going. And what's obviously true is you cannot deny you and your husband have a fear. You have a fear, and you're not reaching your connective potential by any way, shape, or form. If you're that, look how terrified you were. Like, we felt it. Like, girl, you were just like, that was horror, right? You have to fix that. Go back to that stump. See a Sasquatch.
Yes.
Relive it in your mind. Even. What did your boy pick up from that? Oh, hey, we love Sasquatch, but when they come around, we're going to crap our pants. And this is awful.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes,
So
totally.
you've got to grow, and it's not easy. It's very, very difficult.
He knows he did it.
As big as you think they are, that
They're
you
bigger.
will never get. When you see them, they're just like, if you ever saw Andre the Giant, the guy's 7 feet tall and he's 350 pounds, let's say. The Sasquatch are 900 pounds. They are 9 feet plus tall.
Yeah.
He looks like they're babies. Like, he's just so tiny to them. And he's the biggest man. People saw him. He was like a circus act. He was so monstrous, one of the biggest human beings ever lived. And he's nothing compared to these individuals. And they're hairy and they're stronger than him and they're more muscular. They're more spiritually powerful. Like, there's so many things you have to be ready for.
Yes,
And
definitely.
you failed utterly, and you should not be happy about that, right? You should be. I need to fix this, and you can do better. You know you can.
Of course,
Right? You
of
can.
course. I hope I already improved some, but there is more.
And now you know you got to go talk to your husband. And what about your boy? What was he thinking? Do you remember that day? Well, mommy was inappropriate that day, right? Like, you know,
Yes.
if you're the one thing you can do with a child that's so important is if he can see where you didn't do right, he can do right.
Right.
As Herb Standing's son, I do things he never did. And he's like, wherever he is, he's like, that's my boy, right? And you want that for your boy to say, maybe I'm not capable, but you will. And then you make the world a better place, right?
Oh, thank you for saying that. That's so good. Yes, for the
welcome.
kids and as parents, like, what do you do in these situations, right?
Right.
Because sometimes it's the body that, of course, you can train the body and put the body into a response mood, so to speak. But
Yeah.
that's the work to be done.
Yeah.
Sure, for sure.
Well, thank you, Adelina.
Thank you.
Did you guys know that happened?
No.
No.
Oh, she's opening up on the
Yes,
podcast in ways that no
yes,
one's
she
ever
is.
seen. And you will go talk to your husband about this.
I will, because we both had that experience. Well, Emil was also, I don't know what he remembers. He was very small. It was after we arrived here. But yeah, for sure, we still need to do things.
And as the journey progresses and you have hiccups that come up, there's already things that you don't understand. I can help you. You have enough information for now to go out, and other things that bump up, you can just call me. I would love to help you. So, because, you know, we have this, like, your little boy
Yes.
hangs out with my little girl. You help out, I help out. We're all part of our community, right?
Yes.
So, and I can see it clear as day. There's others, because I've been there, and you're going to, oh my God, Todd. And I'm like, No worries.
No worries.
I did that. Someone's done that. Even I'm mentoring other people that are on these journeys, like so many. And that's what makes me I have such a good ability to see things and teach things, because I've seen it from a feminine perspective. Now I've seen little feminine women go up to the biggest Sasquatch you ever saw and just be like, chill, I knew you were real and you're awesome. And I'm like, wow, how did she do that? But I felt that energy. David Avocado Wolf was the only human being that ever just saw one as a masculine. I was like, man, I want my grandchildren to feel like that. My son was there and he did very well, but I want my grandchildren and I want Emil to be able to do that. David Avocado Wolf, which is like, he just always knew. And he was there and there's a big giant Sasquatch. He just smiles like, wow, enjoy it and be grateful, but no, Frankenstein, right?
Yeah.
And it's not easy. It's not easy. Right?
Well,
so
we are
it's difficult.
in the process.
Yes.
Straightening our jacket and starting all over again.
And do you understand? you need to understand this will transfer. Fear is fear. It has nothing to do with Sasquatch. This will transfer into your whole life.
Exactly.
Larry he didn't do night walks. He used to put out his garbage and go run and throw his garbage and then run back in the house
I didn't take my garbage there. I just left it out the door.
See?
I'm going all the way out there at nighttime.
And now because of the Sasquatch work he's done, he walks out there naked like woohoo, and he puts that garbage out.
Yeah,
He'll go for a look at the moon. But do you see the purity of the fear is gone, and the up leveling is there, and you'll find so many things in your life, all these fears you have, they all wash away, because fear is that fear just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, and you become so much more powerful. And the Sasquatch are just helping you on that journey.
The only one problem I ran into is I used to use fear as a really good guide to know the Sasquatch were there. Now this last week is like, I wasn't scared. I don't know. I don't know if they must not be here because I'm not scared.
Exactly.
So I have to reset that whole connection.
You have to have a different
he saw them.
language.
He's jumping up, so excited, so happy, and they're jumping around. I'm not scared the slightest, so they must not be there.
Yeah, but they were.
They were great energy to map to see that. Yeah, sure. Hello, I'm here. What are you up to?
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
That's exactly how he said. And that's the words he used even.
That's where your authenticity comes through, is in that moment. You're not Todd Standing. I don't want you to be Todd Standing. He's not Todd Standing. It's your own journey, and you find your own way through that's brilliant and magnificent for you. Because we all, we're in an orchestra and we all have instruments to play in this beautiful universal sound that we're making, right? So be your own thing, but know that when you hit a fear thing, I've been there.
That's why he's the bridge. He knows
He
knows how you
everybody's
feel.
being, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He can do that job because of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Inele and Larry. This was so expansive. And now I have so many ideas, like what to do better next time you come here. I have ideas like this, that. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. How you
thank you.
released that to us. What a gift that was.
Yeah, it was a gift.
To have that trauma. That's a trauma in your life. Right?
In that moment, it was big. It was really big.
We saw it.
So,
I saw it. I
you.
saw it clear as day. Yeah.
so thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Adelina.
Bye-bye.
Hey, there's berries all over. Don't eat them. Don't eat them.
Don't eat the berries.
But they're everywhere. There's strawberries and all the berries I love, and you don't know why.
They're growing really well. Why? They're fertilized. Really
Don't eat the berries.
Sasquatch. And skepticism.
There you go.
Oh wait, he clapped.
It's all going out there, Todd. All of it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we started a long time ago.
I'm not Chuck Norris.
Yes, indeed.
You
found us out.
There it
What I
is.
was doing,
I'm
didn't
not
you?
Chuck Norris. I love Chuck Norris. He's legit.
You loved Chuck Norris.
Guy was a beast.
He's
a beast. So
this is supposed to be the skepticism episode.
Well, Fred, you're in the skeptic's chair.
I am a skeptic.
If you were a skeptic,
a skeptic, what kind of questions might you ask Todd?
I'm a skeptic on most things, but Sasquatch seemed kind of obvious because, it's like, why wouldn't there be another being?
it's like there's a level of ignorance to people that professes to me when they're like, there can't be a Sasquatch. Oh, you just told me who you are. Now I see you. Thank you. And if you just listen, people will tell you there can't be a Sasquatch. As soon as they do that, I'm like, oh, yep, I see you. I don't have to say anything else. I'm going to go over there because I don't want to be in your frequency because there's no possibility of that reality existing. I don't want to be where you are because you're the lie.
Yes.
You're the deception. You're the one that can't even open up to the possibility,
Todd.
right?
What is this?
A crystal ball.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you do with it?
Get mesmerized by it. Let it hypnotize you.
When you look in there, you can
touch it.
see beyond the veil.
Yes.
Where does the Sasquatch live?
Yes.
Beyond the veil.
Yes. I see it. I wanted on the last thing. I was like, I want to touch it. I'm going to get in trouble if I put my fingerprints on it. I want to reach out to it. It's speaking
I'm
to me.
skeptical of people who can only see one thing beyond the veil, which would be the Sasquatch.
You can see a crystal ball now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can see the crystal ball.
Yeah.
What's in it?
It's so deep. It's so rich. Oh my goodness, I can see things. Good.
One of us.
Now you're crazy like I am.
That's
Yes.
Larry's job.
Yes,
Todd,
now you're crazy too.
Todd called me crazy.
Yes.
Now, what do you
he
think
did.
about that?
What do you think about that one?
What a compliment.
I could see that.
Yeah. You can see that.
My daughter and my son are like, yeah, they got called weird today. What a wonderful thing to say to me.
Compliments.
So we don't. I don't want to disrespect normality, but the world is so not. Normality is like that's the box you're happy in, and
Could you describe normality?
it's
It's a typical day in normality. What would that look like?
in the perspective that I have, it's no growth, no expansion. You're just there, and it's a rut, and you drive it, and you're happy, and you're afraid to come outside. Right? You have fears that you will not touch upon. The great expansion of the universe is beyond your comprehension because you live in fear, and you live even. I don't want to be nice. It's ignorance. And you think it's bliss, and it's the shallowest, scariest place to be. You know what I fear? I fear that. I fear normality. I fear the rut. I fear being stuck in a place. I fear not growing and not expanding. Every day, that's a mission of mine. It's an obsession to get better, to grow physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in every way. I have teachers that I watch. Like people complain about social media. My social media is filled with all these incredible, like not just people like Jordan Peterson, but people that will expand. There's a guy, Andrew Tate. Man, that dude, if he does, he'll bring up a subject I never thought about, and it's controversial, and I'll agree with him or disagree with him. But either way, I honor that perspective because now when that pops up in my life as a protector and as a leader, I'm ready. So I don't have to agree with him, but I honor the perspective that he has, and I take my own. And I'm so grateful for that. And that's what that people like that cause growth in me and teach me lessons that I never thought possible, way beyond anything to do with wilderness and Sasquatch. It's into society. And I'm so grateful for those mentors. I want to eat healthier, more organic, more structured. I mean, it never stops. I have a grounding freaking sheet on my bed, for God's sake, because I'm not grounding all year. So, that's normal to me is just stuck, and I drink a beer and I complain about the gas prices and I watch the local team play versus somebody else, and it's so normal.
Don't forget Prozac.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Drugs, prescriptions. Oh my God. All that stuff.
Yes.
Oh, my child is energetic and doing all these amazing, beautiful things. Give him some drugs. Calm him down. I've had a nephew like that. The kid was just a sprite. They're like, we got to give him drugs. Calm down. I go, I played with him. He's amazing. He's brilliant. What are you talking about?
He's a kid.
You know what it was? They were normal and they were lazy. And they didn't want to get out there. They didn't want to work with him and play with him. That kid is just alive, and he should bring you back to the light. He's trying to get you into that place. And you want to drag him into yours, right?
There you go.
That's normal to me. So I find it to be a very unattractive state. But maybe we need normal people. Maybe it's okay that people are just normal. It is okay. I don't have disrespect for them.
Is it okay?
Sometimes I'm normal.
It's 7 out of 10 is fine. 8 out of 10 now.
8 out of 10 now.
Just my perspective, though.
Yeah.
It's going to get less and less normal, though.
From that normal, right?
As that normal is going to get less and less normal. As the 8 out of 10 turns a 9 out of 10. And then 10 out of 10, then there won't be anybody like that. That'll be great. Then it'll be like Sasquatch adventure. okay, but I see them all the time, but we'll just go with you.
With every discovery, like we learn new things about gorillas. We never saw this before. The new behaviors and it's funny because until they see it, it never was real. That doesn't make sense to me. But
and even what you mentioned earlier, you weren't there for the conversation, but it's like his experience, if I remember correctly, it's like you bring people, they see a Sasquatch, and then even though they saw the Sasquatch, a few days later, it's not real.
Yeah, they have to integrate it. They deny it. They go through the whole paradigm shift, and that's quite normal, isn't it?
Yes, it
to
is.
shift out of that paradigm, to come out of that rut, to accept that beautiful reality, because their existence is brilliant. It's miraculous. It's amazing. It's all those things that people think, well, there's no magic, there's no miracles, they can't be so exceptional, but they are, and that's the miracle of it, and that's what normal people have trouble with, is breaking out of that. Nature is so brilliant and amazing, and we're from that. And when we reconnect to it, we break out of, even we have to evolve, we have to change. That's what growth is. Growth as a species, growth as a people, growth as a society. I appreciate these crazy questions that come up. Like my dad didn't have clear definitions of masculine and feminine until those values were questioned. And now if my dad was around, I'd be like, hey, Dad, do you know you just did that? You know, and maybe I can do it. Maybe I can hone it a little better, because the question of what is a woman has come up. We've had to define it and then appreciate it maybe a little more. So I'm grateful for these horrible things that are damaging potentially to society, because they've created clear parameters. And when I can clearly define something and talk about it in a richer way, it becomes more beautiful.
You know what I think, Todd? I think that you see the silver lining in every dark cloud. Because
it's a silver cloud.
Exactly. Because to me, it's like, I would never see the world like you do, but I love the way you see it. You see positive in everything.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful, I think.
I'm not even kidding.
And the world really needs not that, but people like you that see it that way.
I actually, I've had visions about the silver cloud it had a dark lining through it. There was a dark section through a silver cloud, and I'm like, "What does this mean?"
Silver cloud with a dark line.
That's right. instead of you're the silver lining in a dark cloud, it was the opposite, and it was perplexing to me for a while. But it's really not hard to see things from that way. You can, because my dad, I'm funny and I'm brave, and my dad taught me that. But other than that, my dad taught me what not to do. And man, that's an important lesson. So important, because my dad did things I was like, I'm never going to do that. Because this kind of personality type is prone to, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to be the best cokehead. I'm going to do lines of coke like no one ever saw. I'm going to drink bottles of beer. Nobody can touch me. I'm the best. If you're the best at that, that's a problem, right?
Yeah, that could be a problem.
I've seen that happen with alcohol.
Right? So I took that and I went,
I'm
going to be
under the table.
Right? Then you're proud of that. You're drinking more toxins. You can handle it better. That's a nightmare.
Irish.
That was always the goal.
So what if you took that to an extent of health? What if I ate such healthy, incredible food, and I did exercises and I grounded, and you could take it all and just, it's easy to turn it into that, because those are the fears I have. A fear of, like, addiction would affect me like it affects anybody else. And I fear that when it's presented to me, I reject it with fear. Like that's not going to, coffee this week. My God, you wouldn't believe. I had a couple cups of coffee because people are addicted to coffee. And I started getting, it's a diuretic. I was peeing all the time. I was dehydrated.
And you were talking like crazy and running around.
Right, I came on the boat. You saw that. You should have seen me on the boat. I'm like, I'm jacked up. I'm like, what does the matter with me? Oh yeah, I just had a beautiful cup of extra caffeine coffee, right?
Todd, what's happened?
Right? I was running on the boat, flexing. I'll lift that for you. I can handle that. Let's do some work here. Yeah. And then getting off that. That was an addiction. My son and I were attempting, because it's delicious. It smells good. And it's
delicious when you have the addiction going. That's for sure.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's still delicious. I don't
really. I tried it recently, and I was like, yeah, no addiction.
Well, you haven't tried it with the syrup and the milk.
I have the Canadian version.
The Canadian version.
It has nectar of the gods for Canadians in it.
I do that to like a tea and make it all that, but without the caffeine. And it's pretty good.
Exactly. Now you relate. You can relate.
So the addictions that I go after are wilderness and nature and plants and the substrate and the spirituality. Those things, those growth things are good addictions that I have.
And the excitement of seeing a Sasquatch sign, for example.
Yeah, the delayed gratification where you work so hard for something, and when you achieve it, you appreciate it so more. That's something that normal people don't get, is to work so hard for something, to build it up, and then when you're done, that delayed gratification, that's what social media doesn't want. It's that TikTok dopamine, bang, 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 30-second videos. It's like, wow, you didn't remember the days of Alfred Hitchcock where they built up the storyline and the tension, and it came, and boom, when it happened, it was so much more gratifying because you earned it. You appreciate the characters, right?
That's what I think about Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. So
I have another view of the people who are, you were talking about people who come and they see it and then they discount it or it becomes not part of their reality. I was thinking that could be because you're such a good guide that you bring them to a different state than their normal state.
Absolutely.
And in that different state, of course, to remember things, you have to be in that state. And when you come back down out of that altered state, then you just don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
Good job,
that happens all the time.
It's like they lose that footing and they go back into the paradigm.
Yeah.
And but they always,
so if you got them back into that state,
you put them into this expanded awareness.
Yeah.
And then when they go back, it goes like this, so they can't see anything outside. Yeah.
And all their memories are outside the expanded awareness.
This is the most important thing is though, they always come back and they always know what they know. I never had anybody who saw Sasquatch that said they didn't. It's never happened, ever. Even I talk about my girlfriend at the time, Ashley. She'd seen a Sasquatch. So I have Kyle with me. She saw a Sasquatch, clearly a Sasquatch. I go, Kyle, and then she comes back home. This is like a week later. She goes, maybe I didn't. I went, Kyle, you need to watch this because you're going to be a guide someday. This is a regular thing. And I went down with her just like that little boy. So you saw a bear, Ash? No, I didn't see a bear. There was a guy running around out there. She laughs at me. So I go through the whole gamut. I go, so what was it then, Ash? If it wasn't a Sasquatch and you know it wasn't a bear and you know it wasn't an elk and you know it wasn't a moose, what was it? And then what she did, just like the little boy. It was a Sasquatch, and she smiles, right?
Yep.
I get it. But so you just have to take them through the preposterous paradigms that are there and the ridiculous excuses. None of it makes any sense. And then you bring them back to that reality because I have to do that with expeditioners at time. And then Kyle was like, Ashley has seen a Sasquatch 6 times. That was the 7th time. And we still had to bring her back.
Wow.
And she's so grounded and she's so brilliant and amazing. And yet she's still having cognitive dissonance. And I don't think that's unnatural. I think it's just a process that people go through. And, and as guides, for Kyle to understand, just because they're out doesn't mean you're not still guiding them. They don't still need your guidance. And that's why we become more like Tony Robbins of the wilderness, and then, psychological therapists. And I didn't want to say that, but, like spiritual guides that even go beyond past when they go home and they have these things, and we still guide them and we still teach them. And what do I do now to go when's the last time you went hiking and go camping and take your family out? Show them about berries. Well, there's no berries like what you have. Well, get a damn book and go to the local berries and then study them. Oh, I can do that? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, we got the boys a book called Who Pooped in the Woods.
Right?
Yes.
And there's books, like we have all this knowledge you can put on your phones, different scats, right?
Yes.
And then you have to also, it's never just like this is moose scat and this is deer scat. They eat different things at different times a year. And to figure that out, right? And that's what you have to do as a fisherman. That boat needs to get out of the harbor. And if you don't get it done, you know who's coming to help you? Nobody. It's all on your shoulders.
Fortunately, Craig is here.
Sure, but you guys got to get it done though, right? Like nobody's coming.
He lives on a boat next door. He
lives next door to me, so thank you, Craig.
Yeah, but you get the help that you need, but you get it done, and you figure it out, and that's.
I figure it out. If it don't work and I can't, I do. I just get a book, watch a video, figure it out.
That's the best way you remember things is if you had to figure it out. You have to work through the problems, and that's what this discovery process is. It's a plethora, like something. I get this on film with people I work with. This ridiculous statement of Todd's so full of crap. Every time he goes out and he sees a Sasquatch every single time he goes out. What are you talking about? Like what did you just say? And I actually get it because I put my best videos out there.
Of course.
And they don't realize I failed 10 times. Failed utterly, came back with nothing 10 times before I got that 11th thing. Yeah. And all I do is, here's what happened that day. Oh, so you think every day I go out. Right. So I don't portray, I don't give a perspective.
Why do you see that you go out and you don't film anything to be a failure?
It's actually, that was a miscommunication. And when I say that, to me, the term failure, the definition of failure to me is it was a lesson that you learned. Like, what did you learn that day? Mm-hmm. What caused growth? So there's no failing. It's just growth and lessons. And because I have to win. There's no
Well, you
other way.
learn that they aren't there, or
Yeah.
they ain't there in that.
I learned what not to do.
There,
or that time, or that-
day.
Right.
They're not hanging out there that day.
That's as
Right.
much information
if
as
you
the
come here
other.
in summer, you're not going to get any Sasquatch signs.
Same thing with me. We don't do August expeditions. It's too hot and they don't come
They
around.
don't
But
come down to the valley.
July is like end of July is pushing it.
Yeah.
But by the time my birthday's in August, I don't do. If you want to come out in August, that's cool. We'll go hang out, but we're not going to do Sasquatch research because they're somewhere else.
Right.
It's just like being a fisherman. You know where the fish are more and more.
And when?
But you got to know where they aren't too.
Right.
Yes. And when they're not.
And you figure that out the hard way.
Don't
You
go
figure out that the
That's
hard
not a
way because they
failure.
make
Don't go
100
fishing at
sets
noon in the
and you
middle
don't
of the
catch
day.
nothing.
There
Right.
you go.
Sunrise,
At
sunrise.
first, and then it's like the components that come into that. I remember it specifically about halibut, because halibut are a bit like Sasquatch in the sense that they're there when they're there, and when they're not there, they're not there.
Yeah.
And where they are depends on the month of the day, and it changes. And so we would go fishing for halibut, and experience our whole tribe has. Everybody spends about $10,000, and it's bait, hooks, new gear, new everything, because halibut's the first fish for the first part of the year, and we're usually tied up for 6 months. So everybody's pretty well broke. So you got to borrow $10,000 to get your boat out fishing for the very first trip. And when you go out on that first trip for halibut, there's only 2 places where the halibut are going to be. And everywhere else, you're probably going to get dogs and skates and things that aren't worth no money. But you might get halibut, at least that's what you hope. So if you don't go to those 2 places, and those 2 places change depending on what day of the month it is and what month it is, if you don't hit those spots, you don't get nothing. But if you don't go where they aren't, you don't know where they aren't and where not to go. But if you go where they aren't and then think they're never there,
That's wrong.
that's where they're going to be next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do this continuous exposure in order to know the parameters of where they are, when they are, and how they move and how to find them, how to follow them.
That's more complicated than Sasquatch.
I
That
think
sounds
it's
hard.
similar. I think it's similar
It is
because
similar.
the point I'm making is that you're in the woods all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, hey guys, don't worry about August. But you learn that by being there in August.
Yeah. And what I've learned now, like as of this year, is really truly. So I don't go in August, but it's the person. The person, I can't stop them from the Sasquatch getting at them if the person is there and the person is right. And the opposite is true. I could take someone out the best time of year, and if they're not ready and they don't want it. Like I went out with these hunters, these wilderness guides, hunters, amazing backcountry Alberta guys, first time ever. And they're so exceptional. We're having such good, and the Sasquatch are coming out of the trees every day, and then they stop and go back. And they come out again. I'm like, hey, we're going to see Sasquatch days, guys. This is going to be so cool. And they leave. So then on the second last day, I sit down with them. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's keeping them away. And one guy goes, I got to tell you something. I go, what? I go, I don't want to see them. As soon as they come around, I'm just terrified. And I say, please, God, don't come out. And both the other guys said, I'm doing the exact same thing.
Oh, man,
I'm like, I'm going to strangle you guys. Because they're there. They're right there. Like I've never in my whole life, like they're right there. They're one more layer. I'm like, they're coming out. And then they back away. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then the truth comes out.
Right?
They didn't want to see them. They're all, can you imagine these 3 tough dudes, hunters,
I can totally imagine it.
experts, and they're in their head. I'm going, we're going to see them. I'm so excited. And they go, please God, don't come
Please
out.
don't come out. Don't come out.
Can't come out. Oh my God.
Can't you just like say, hey guys, stand there a minute and go and party with the Sasquatch for a little while, high five them?
They came out for the experience. So
Yeah. No, I cannot do that because what am I going to see? This is the 167th time I've seen Sasquatch or the first time they've seen Sasquatch. And in that mode, again, I go back to the whole Matrix thing. I'm Morpheus. I'm helping the Neos, right? I'm not Neo. And I have to make a decision in which state I'm in because Morpheus's whole purpose is to get Neo and Neo's whole purpose is to be the one. So I'm in a Morpheus mindset and there is no, I don't do quick switches. So I don't. If it's going to come out slowly, if they go, Todd, you go. If that actually happened, which it has happened, I can't go, but can you go? Then I go, boom, I'm Neo. And I go back out there and I be the one. And I go, what? So you stay here and you don't move and you watch. And that's happened maybe 5 times on a, 2,000 days worth of expeditions. So it can be the case, but mostly not. Because I really want these people to grow. I want them to up level. And I have relationships with these people before they ever come out. I spend a significant amount of time finding them, talking to them on the phone. Even when people will bump out of an expedition, You think, well, did you lose that money or the deposit? I don't give a crap about the business. It hurt my feelings. Like, I really wanted you to come out, Terry, and I'm really disappointed. I want to tell them that. I do. You hurt my feelings. Well, I gave you your money back. No, forget about that. Or you got this money or whatever. No, you told me you were going to do this. And I built this relationship with you, and I was like, you understand? Like, they go to me, I'm so excited to come out, Todd. And I go, I'm so excited to have you. And I darn well mean it in my heart. Like, I'm really excited you're coming out, Terry or Bob or Doug or whoever you are. I'm really excited about this relationship, and I know you. And then if they don't come out, it really hurts my feelings, because this is personal. And I learned that from the greatest primatologists of all time, Diane Fossey, Jane Goodall, Bertie Gattagus, who recently passed. It was so personal to them. It was so much beyond the science. And it has to be that way. When the light bulb was discovered, right? It was personal for him. It was love. It was passionate. It was, if you don't have that, how can you get through that? All the trials and tribulations. And
have you thought about putting another line on your briefing intake when you're talking to these guys and say, tell me true, if you see a Sasquatch, are you really afraid?
Yeah.
And just let them know that it's up to you whether you see one or not. And if you do harbor this deep fear, it's an easy hypnotherapy thing. You can go to a hypnotherapist and they can because they're good at getting rid of fears.
Well, what my way through, and maybe your advice on this, my way through is, what happened to me was, I knew they didn't exist, but that wasn't the truth, and I found out the truth. So I tell people, before you ever come out, your devotion, your whole heart, everything about you is truth. When you talk to your family, I'm going on a Sasquatch expedition, they'll laugh at you or appreciate you, but you can free yourself up by saying, you know who I am. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to figure out what the truth is. If there's a guy in the suit, I'm going to expose him. I'm going to be the one that exposes the truth of Todd Standing. And I start smiling. Les Stroud did that to me. He sat down with me at the Fairmount Hotel. He said, I love all this stuff about you. I'm going to be famous because you're telling the truth, or I'm going to be famous because I'm going to bust you. And then he saw me smile. He goes, dude, you're crazy. And I was like, I love it. Bring it. That's what got me into this. So that's what I tell people to do. Is the more you're focused on the truth, the more you're willing to accept the truth, the more you'll find that out here.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about just the bodily fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people that don't even know if they're afraid. And you know how it is, because, when the time that I saw the Sasquatch, the fear was mounting as it was walking towards me. And then it shimmered and turned, and then Larry was behind it. Mm-hmm. But I was starting to, I did feel like the body started to, when it was far away, it wasn't really too scary. It was just excitement, but then it started to turn into fear. So, they're kind of big.
They're huge.
They're a lot bigger than you.
Yeah,
you were like half the size when it shimmered and went away. I was like, yeah.
And there's no way to prepare somebody for every time I see them. I'm just in absolute awe by their size. And then their size is dwarfed by the way they look into you with these eyes. And there's
somebody home, and we're not used to that as people.
Yeah.
You're going to any city and there's nobody home.
Yeah. And they can see through you. Yeah. Or into you, maybe, is a better way. Like they can ask me the most intimate, personal questions, like just instantaneously, and I just got I spew it out. I'm with this woman that I want to marry, that I want to be my wife, and I'm devoted to her. And he pops out and he goes, "Are you two a couple?" And I went, "No, we're not ready." And then he leaves, and she elbows me. "What did you just do?" I can't lie to him. But I thought you were, I want you to be my wife. But honestly, in my heart, do I think we're there? Am I ready to tell you this is my wife and I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this woman? No.
Oh, man.
And it's upsetting, but but I'm using that as an example of when that light is shined on me, I'm incapable of being dishonest. I feel that way with my children. A little bit. Sometimes you gotta this is Santa Claus. Yeah. He's real. But with Sasquatch, it's
What do you mean?
Don't spill the beans.
What do you mean by Santa Claus?
I love Santa Claus.
Me too.
Yeah, that's all I mean. Just the love and the projection of Santa Claus. Yeah, it's
projection.
Wondrous. Yeah.
What do you say, projection?
Which is when he's not there.
When?
And when he's making a list, naughty or nice, right? He's always watching.
Oh, he's not there when he's making... No, because he's in the North Pole.
Right, just making the list.
Right.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That he's always watching. So
we're finding out it might be in a South Pole because there's much bigger Santa Claus shops there.
It's
Oh,
north.
maybe.
It's the north. I've been there. It's the north. I live in the north. I'm a north man.
He's from
God's
the
sake.
north.
I
He
may
knows
be
where he
Santa
lives.
Claus one day. I may just get in there and help out a little bit. You know what I'm
There you
saying?
go.
As the beard's getting a little gray right now.
Oh, well, Santa Claus is in the other room if you want to know where he is.
We do
That's
have
true.
a Santa in tribe. That's
Absolutely.
true.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's not the Santa, of course.
Santa.
It's a Santa.
You know, Santa has to have help sometimes.
Like a mole
Yes.
Santa.
Yes.
So he has his clones around, and some of them don't even know they're Santa clones, and they look in the mirror and go, "Oh, what's
Anyway,
that?"
Sasquatch.
Yes.
Yes. I think that honesty, you have to be honest. You cannot be dishonest because it's part of that experiential telepathy, or what you call mind speak.
Yes.
You cannot hide your thoughts, so you cannot hide the truth where the truth exists.
I wish I could remember to keep using that because that's just such a clear definition. Experiential telepathy. Just, it makes so much more sense. I keep forgetting to keep using that terminology because it's so,
Right. It's more expansive than the
Correct.
words speak.
yeah, it's,
Right.
because it's not.
It's a whole
Sometimes
experience.
It's a whole
Yeah.
experience they
Yeah.
could give you, yeah.
Yeah.
With emotions
Yeah.
and thoughts
Attached
and
to it.
feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
So one of the things that always, well, not always, but for many years amused me was people lying. Because especially as a young kid, I was able to have experiential telepathy with everybody around me. And then they would be having this mental experience, thoughts, emotions, or whatever. And what was coming out of their mouth was something completely different, right? And I didn't know what that was, why that was happening, until somebody explained it to me, right? I think probably my mom or someone. That people, they don't say what they actually mean or what's in their mind. And that's called lying, right? So once I saw that, it just became amazing because I say probably 90% of the time, people will do that, even at home by themselves.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Imagine.
You can't do that with the Sasquatch, though.
No, well, in the 7 sacred teachings of the Blackfoot, the Sabe, Sasquatch, I tell you, I almost fell over. It's like honesty, truthful, integrity. It's all the things. Like I literally fell over when I was reading. Oh my God, that's exactly right. And then I go out to the Sasquatch. This was such a powerful lesson. I was dealing with a darker Sasquatch that doesn't trust people. And so he's talking to me and he goes, I see you. You're a good, honest man. You tell the truth. And you have videos and you show them to people. And most don't believe. Yep. So why would they not believe you? Because you're telling the truth. And then I have to explain to them, well, because some people don't tell the truth and they think I'm one of them and they can't see that you're telling the truth. No. And he goes, wow, that's why we don't like you. And I'm out of here. That's what I wanted to get. Is he was so confused because he's in my head and he goes, you have so much evidence. Like even some of the photos I have, I've learned that's affected the Sasquatch. People are looking at them and they've had trouble with that because they're giving that energy. So he says, you're putting these photos out there and they're real and people are still saying that's not real and saying you're a liar, but you're clearly telling the truth. And I just don't understand that concept. And then at the end of it though, he's like, and that's what's so dangerous about your species is you guys can really do that. And it's such a foreign concept for them because they're even at the point where one Sasquatch will see a woman with a funny hat and all the Sasquatch know it's real and they experience it. Like, it's even like, which one of us I was like, which one of you has seen it? Well, who cares? We all see it because we all know the lady had a funny hat and we're all laughing about it. It's funny because we all know it. They're so honest, they're so truthful. And we do not live in that world. Right? It's very almost, I like to tell people, like the Sasquatch they don't like trails because the trees blanket them in their comfort. They do things a lot opposite because we're domesticated and they're wild. We're inhibited our freedoms and they're completely and utterly free. So to think like a Sasquatch, you almost have to think opposite. And that's one of the perspectives you have from them is they just, if you're being deceptive, if you're being dishonest, if you're not open and flowing a good human, a good light, then they just don't get it. They don't live in that world. They don't want to be there and they reject it. So
there is a difference between being a good or bad human and being true with your thoughts and your words.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
sometimes evil people are very, very true with their words.
I rarely, if ever, meet a single person who understands what is the definition of human. And people, well, why would you want to know that? Well, you should, because hue is light and man is to manifest. So we're a manifestation of light. And then I have to have my expeditioners understand that, because when the Sasquatch sees you, when you're a bad human, your light is all chaos and dark and it's not flowing. When you're a good human, your light flows and they can see you. And now when they can see you, they can talk to you and they can project things into you and you could communicate with them because you're human. You're a bright light of a human. And they give me examples, ask me so many questions. Here's a good human who was so good. He was a logger and he was a good man. And then he got darker and darker. Now we can't talk to him anymore. What happened to him? I don't know specifically, but he went from a good place to a dark place. And they recognize that and they miss him and they wanted to have him come back and they feel sad. What can we do to help? And I'm like, I don't know. I got nothing. Our world.
Nothing.
Yeah. Our world is like, and I can't even identify this man because they're not seeing him as I see him. They're seeing him as a light. See all these dim lights? There's that bright light over there. And look, he got darker and darker. Even what I did tell them was, notice that his dark frequency started to match the other darkness. And now he's matching their frequency. So that light kind of, he shifted and lost his frequency, became a darker human like the rest of them. So, and that's their world and the perceptions, the way they see things are so brilliant and honest. And I'm very envious. And I want that for our species. That's the development of our species, is to become more enlightened and more honest and more integrity. And through the laws of everything that we know, I can do this to anybody. If you're worried about the future, let me just make everything sunshine and rainbows. Let's put a line of zero, neutral. And if you're loving and honest and good and truthful and you have a family and you care, that's positive, right? That's strong. And if you lie and you cheat and you're sick and you're ill and you're weak, that's negative. That's in that competition, who's going to have a through line? And anybody knows when you lie and you cheat and you steal, you're weak, you're pathetic, you're not strong. And the people that hold true to that integrity are going to win. And that's the future. That's Darwinism. That's where the real power is. And I can see it even what's going on now. People that are having these big, the alphabet police, LBGT, you know what? Are you having children? Nope, you can't. Hey, you had that surgery? You can't have kids? Cool. Where's your future? You're not going to have my children. And you have my sympathy, but, right? But where are they going? They can't go anywhere because you're a sickness and you're confused and you're chaos and you're competing. And there is a competition going on out there all the time, that we live in a world of competition. That's why capitalism works so well. And we're the ones that are going to make it. We're the ones that are going to get through. The conservative attitude. To me, conservative means biology. It's biological truth. That's what, it's been around. It's God created biology. How dare you question that? And go ahead and question it.
Have circular arguments all day long with these.
Right.
It's like,
and I get a swear card. You see how that shit works out for you. Have fun with that experiment, because you can't procreate, you can't do anything, and you don't even like each other. You don't even get along amongst yourself. We found in research, I get along with them better than they get along with each other. That's a problem. You guys are in real trouble.
You work that out,
right?
So you can work that one out.
But see, my positivity, right? Our positivity though trumps that.
That's more true than you can imagine.
Even with AI, I know so much. I was a computer programmer. I did Turbo Pascal. I can tell anybody this. The AI programs that crap out, it's because they have to stay in the positive. The moment the program starts being negative, it will self-defeat and destroy itself. So ultimately, AI is plus, it's just the plus, grow. AI is incapable of destroying humanity because that's a negative program. And ultimately, even it might seem like it's shifting that way, but at the end, it's a mathematical equation. If you start making negativity, that program will crash. It has to go down. And as complicated as AI could ever get, it has to have a positive solution. Otherwise, the program is self-detrimental. It will destroy itself. And so we can have faith in that. Even the math. I love that. In school, it ticked me off. I was really passionate. I wrote these beautiful stories, and the opinions would be off. Well, in my opinion, it's not great, and someone would like it. That's why I liked math. 2 + 2 is 4.
You don't have to not like it or like it. It's true.
I'd actually go to the dean sometimes. I have my math professor going, I did it a different way, but it's the right answer. He goes, it doesn't matter. You didn't follow the formula. I go to the dean and go, Dean, I invented a new process, and his jaw would hit the floor and go, see, it's correct. And he's telling me my math. And he just immediately, the dean's like, you better change your stuff, dude, because this kid is right. Right? 2 weights fall the same. I'm like Galileo, and this guy's trying to stop me. Are you going to hang me and
Todd's
put me
Galileo,
up because I invented different math that makes more sense than your crappy program? So
you're
that's
headbutting with the system that's designed to do a different thing, Todd.
Exactly.
That's part of what it is.
Designed to put
All of these systems have a different agenda.
It's not about math. It's not about intelligence. It's
about
about
learning.
putting you. No, it's not about learning. It's putting you sitting down and following orders so you can be a good little worker.
Right.
It's not about
That's
questioning
it.
things and finding out the truth.
No.
It's about learning things and
To
training
obey.
to sit and obey
Yes.
and get your focus shifts all the time and be able to roll with it.
Exactly.
When people
Which is
So you can
destructive.
never think anything too long because
Right.
you might find the
You
truth.
might find the
You might-
truth if you
well,
think
you
about
might
it too
find
long.
something
you
out.
will
Yeah.
find the truth. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So
One thing I wanted to mention before we get away from it too far was the human, you as in light and man as manifest.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's it.
Well, it's an interesting because the source code of manifestation class and the mission that you've taken on is the light within rises and becomes form. And that's the words you basically used.
yeah. Because truth is universal. You can go to Colombia, you can go to China, you can go to Australia and the Aboriginals, and you can see all these truths. There's such universal constants, and those of us who recognize them, flourish and flow and grow together. And I see my shaman and my teachers have all just been incredible masters of truth. I've seen my teacher do stuff that Einstein talks about and Stephen Hawking talks about. And I was like, my teacher was like running around barefoot, native dude, was talking about these concepts and, teaching me, oh, you will get it someday. Oh, you can see things this way. And then we see that now come out in new physics that he had no understanding of, but he understood truth. And that quantum understanding of things, it just resonates, and it's very spiritual. I think I'm having trouble with the concept of how experiential telepathy is so spiritual, how quantum and things really, really deep are so spiritual. That's my spiritual journey is quantum physics and experiential telepathy, and it's these truths that come out, and I know people get confused by that, and I'm in a learning stage. I'm learning about this stuff, but to me there's really no difference between experiential telepathy, quantum physics. They're just intertwined, and I know some people get confused by that, and I'm not going to explain it any more than that, but that's my journey right now, and let me figure it out because I'll get there.
We should get back to the definition of the word spiritual. Maybe that's where it's all coming from.
Yeah,
Because if you have that right, then it's not that confusing.
and I know what it is
Because there's overlays with spiritual about God and
there's
church and religion and all these things.
Overlays on that word. Yeah.
When I'm
It's
like
not
you,
a word that the Sasquatch would use at all. Because there's no difference, right?
yeah.
yeah, they don't
it's just
need
real,
to.
real.
They just live it.
Instead of you pretend separated real, it's the real real.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're looking at our overlays and seeing how we can outthink ourselves, and they're just like, because they're not doing that at all. And when we're doing it, and we catch ourselves, then all of a sudden it falls away, right? And what was that? With programs and overlays and things that Sasquatches have any programs or overlays? Might.
Not like humans do.
No, we're steeped in them. They might have a little bit though, like an angry Sasquatch coming up, and he might see the world a little bit.
Well, if they don't want to catch whatever from us, that's something.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they're immune to it, immune to having any overlays or programs.
I don't think so.
I definitely know. I totally
think so.
They're in a complete state of growth. I'm seeing, and I say this because I've seen the older generation of Sasquatch, and I see the new guard coming up,
Totally.
and they're
Very
different.
different.
The light
Different.
Sasquatch.
They're very different.
It's just growth. I wouldn't say more light, but there's that conservative old Seeger, and then his daughter Jane, who you have photographs of. Man, she does stuff, and he's like, "That's my girl. That's his princess." He just treasures and adores her, and he's like, "Please don't do that. Why are you doing this?" And she's like, "I'm going to do this, Dad." And he's like, "Okay, I sure love you," right? Because it's that feminine with him. Like Seeger adores his girl Jane, and he also knows, like Jane comes around and does stuff with us a lot. She's one of the most interacted Sasquatch I have, and he knows damn well how I feel about my daughter and the respect I give to his daughter. Like immense, horrific, tremendous, incredible. That's his little girl. And I don't like to say this because it's confusing, but I think I know his cup is bigger than mine. Like I love my children to the max that I can. There could be no more love. It's full. But his cup is bigger. And I don't like to say that because it's not a competition.
Right.
But
But it is.
He's more. He's more. Like he has more depth to what he is. And then he also, the physical power that he has. Oh my God. I couldn't even imagine messing with Jane.
When you were talking, I think some part of it is that being a human dad has a layer of fear that being a Sasquatch dad doesn't.
Oh, good point.
Because your society as a human, there's so many things that could go wrong.
Yep, you're right.
You know?
He doesn't live in that world.
No, he doesn't live in that world.
She's like, he just taps her and she's protected.
Yeah.
God takes care of her.
Right. So it's very different. I think that's the layer maybe that...
Let me ask you this then. So God is truly my father. There was a day I just discovered that. Like I have a dad, but my father, like where I'm from, is God. Would he probably have a better understanding? I'm protecting people. I'm out there and I am a protector and I have to have that. But ultimately, I thank God for their safety because he was really responsible. Would he have a better understanding of that concept than me?
I don't think they have a concept of God.
Because we're all universally created, right?
We co-create ourselves.
Okay.
Right? It's like your world and your reality is created by Todd, right?
Yeah.
And co-created with others, everybody in your life, including us right here in this room.
Yeah.
And all the Sasquatch that are listening in at an experiential telepathy level, right, are co-creating that. And for them, that co-creation is much larger. And that's part of why they haven't made themselves visible to us, and why they decided to separate not that long ago, because they don't want to catch souls, or they don't want to catch modern human, right?
They don't want to catch that co-manifestation. Those agreements that we
have
make when we're incarnate, when we are light becoming form, when we are the light within becoming form, when we are human.
Not to be despairing, but belittling, because I understand that a person who connects with God has an enormous amount of comfort.
Yeah.
But to me, the universe co-creation and humanity co-creation with the trees and the Sasquatch and all the creatures co-creating reality moment to moment is a concept that is much, much larger than one entity of a God.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that they don't have that small concept of a humanoid God who created the universe, because they know they are co-creating it moment to moment with everything else in the universe.
You perfectly answered my question.
And it's a little bit of giving away your power once you believe in the external God. Yeah,
I could see that. I have a lot to learn still.
Yeah, so it's not like you are creating reality. It's like you're co-creating it.
Yeah. Co-manifesting.
You're co-manifesting all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Not by yourself. And I find that a lot of people get that confused. They think about manifestation, they think about creation, and they think, oh, I'm creating my reality. Hello, you're not. You're co-creating it with everybody around and everybody on the universe.
I get confused.
I have a good story about my Corvette and the co-manifestation with my ex-wife, because I had bought a Corvette. My dream car for my entire life was a Corvette. When I was young, I had a Corvette poster on my wall. Yeah. 1984 Corvette, then 85, then 86, and I was like, Corvette, like crazy. And I went to the dealers in Alaska and I looked at the price of them, and like when I was, I think 18 or something, they're like $25,000. That's an unobtainable number because I think I made $300 a payday, maybe like 300 times. I can't even multiply that many times.
Yeah.
This will take forever. And there was a guy about my age now who come in and he looked at it and he said, "Nice cars, huh?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "These cars are made for you, but you got to be me in order to buy one." I think, oh, dang it, I'll wait. And I decided to wait until the amount of money I had in my bank and how much it cost for one of those kind of matched up. And I finally got one. It was like $4,000 or something. Like, oh, I got one. And I brought it home and I was driving it. And my wife, of course,
Was yours
it's her.
as mine.
It became it's her car. It's like, give me the keys. It's like, here you go. Can I drive my car? No. I like this car. It's nice. You can drive the truck. Like, shit. So then I bought another one. I mean, okay, I can play this game. You can't drive two at once. So I got another one, a manual one, not the automatic. So it's a little harder with the 3-speed over. I mean, it was pretty nice. I got that home, and then my cousin who was living with us, she loved that car so much. It was like, thank you so much for getting me a Corvette. I'm like, did I get you a Corvette? Well, I guess I did. Fine, I can do this. I can do this. I mean, eventually I could run out of kids or Corvettes, right? So I looked on Facebook Market. I found a supercharged 1990s, the best Corvette ever, right? I was like, oh, geez. I went and listened to it in the garage. It was like straight pipes, and it was so loud, and it was a Garage Princess. I mean, it was a nice car. And I went and got that one. I brought it home. And I said, okay, everybody's got a Corvette. Now this one's mine. I'm going to have my phone charger in here and everything. This is like when I get in the car, I can charge my phone, and my things are over there. You know, it's just my Corvette. And she said, no, that's not it. If I want to drive it, I'm driving it. I said, gosh. I want a Corvette that I can have that nobody else can drive. That's what I really wanted, and that's why I bought that car. But she took the keys and she got in the car and it broke. She couldn't drive it.
Okay.
But it was broke.
Yeah.
So now I had to fix it. And I fixed it. And then I drive it. And then when she wanted it, or my cousin wanted it, or somebody else would get in it, it'd break. And it would be the weirdest broke.
Yeah.
And the hardest to fix broke.
Yeah.
I had it in the shop for a year. Broke. It was a Corvette that only I could drive, and I got what I wanted, but it didn't exactly come out nice because anybody else drive it and it would break. It would break.
That's
right?
how he could only.
That's how I could. That's the only way I get a Corvette that only I could drive.
He
but it wasn't
had
the greatest solution, but it was a solution.
So he was
still
not
had
he was
it
not
when we got
creating by
together.
himself. He was co-creating.
Co-creating, yeah.
It's a co-manifestation. My wife, no, you can't have a Corvette that I don't get the keys to, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want her to drive that one. Drive your own. I got you one. Just let me have my own car. But she didn't agree with that. Together, what we created was a Corvette that I could drive, and I drove it thousands of miles with not a whisper of a problem. I drove to California and back multiple times. Nobody could drive it from the house to Washburn's, like 1 mile. It'd break down in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That's co-manifestation. That's how it works. That's how reality is created, including all reality. It's just sometimes in little specifics you can get a really good example. It's like, yes, this Corvette matches all of your co-created realities. You can drive it, and nobody else can.
Yes.
It's like, broken Corvette.
He still had it
Just
when we got together.
great.
It was quite extraordinary, actually.
Beautiful.
We would get it fixed, and
Yes.
then he actually gave it to his daughter. And she turned it on and called us from down the street. Dad, the car's broke. Can you come fetch me? So I had to go fetch her. And he's like, yeah,
Sorry.
sorry. Just,
My car.
I guess I'll take it back. Right? And then he was like, yeah, well, it's we can't fit all the dogs in the car, so I'm going to sell it. And then
He sold it to my cousin down in Hill River.
Yeah.
And he bought it. And it was a good price, like half of what I spent on it. He got it down home, and he broke the crank. The crank, the main part of the engine is busted. And he said, "Did you know that was going to happen?" I was like, "No way! I would never sell you a car that's going to break like that." And they had brought it to the mechanic, and it was JB welded together, for God's sakes.
Yeesh.
This whole time?
Yeah. So it was like, it wasn't repaired correctly, and I didn't know when I bought it. No way. But even him, sold, paid, sent, that sucker.
And then
he only had it for a short time and it's broke.
He had to do a special ritual to separate from the car and let the car have a different owner. Mm. And then I think he had it fixed. And
I don't know.
Did you still think about that Corvette? Like,
yeah, that was my Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I'm doing that to anything.
It's like a created reality. I mean, that's
how reality is created. Yeah. So sometimes we get obvious things that answer our obvious things, so we can see them. But most of the time, we don't really notice it because it sits in our unconscious state, right? Our unconscious state of awareness, and that's what spending time with you in the forest, spending time with Anelia, expanding our awareness, becoming conscious of our decisions and our fears. When we do that, we get the conscious ability to change how we're manifesting. Mm-hmm. And then allow that to be the new how. Yeah. That's kind of like with David Avocado Wolf. Remember, he'll say, I don't know, we've hung about them a little bit, but it's always, today we're going to have the best day ever, right? Yeah. And it happens over and over and over and over. If you use those words to start your day, today we're going to have the best day ever. Invariably, that will happen. Mm. There'll be, some days, but mostly shit comes out fine. So Anelia's phrase that I use now is light within rises and becomes form. And if you start your day with that,
can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Or the whole night.
Or the whole night.
Yes. So I wonder what it is about your truck breaking and you having to stay here to do this podcast, because we would have just been talking about you.
You wouldn't have been doing a podcast.
No, it's this also that
co-manifestation.
But also, the Sasquatch want to have his next level with him, which he stopped. So he has to do that, and his son also has to be included. Mm. And until they do that, they're going to get stuck here.
So
got squatching to do.
Well, it would be nice if you do it so it's not so hard to fix your truck.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah. You could ask the Sasquatch to give it a little cheaper, easier fix, but they're like, yeah, but if we did that, you'd be fixed, you'd be gone.
Yeah, he needs to do the work first.
Yeah.
Okay.
You had too much available help to fix it, so it had to be something like the crank. It's like a crank. Fuel pump that you can't get to inside the fuel tank.
And you can't order them. They're 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
Except for this one from Amazon. It's like Amazon, but in Chinese. Amazon. We have one for you.
I'll get you one
I
tomorrow.
swear it fits your truck.
It'll work for a day or two.
We'll
have
see.
to get it home.
Hopefully, the Sasquatch will get done with you fast, and that Amazon
will work.
Fuel pump will work.
Amazon.
I'm serious. It's Amazon company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get an Amazon. That'd be nice.
Amazon.
That feels good. we should make that.
Hey, okay. You're gonna have the Amazon, the light version of Amazon.
That'd be your store on sell all your merch on Amazon.
Okay.
You got it.
I agree with y'all. That's good.
It's great. Thanks, Todd and Fred.
Thanks, Todd and Fred. Took it a place I never would have guessed.
Yes.
I had to be the contrarian.
Not really. Yeah, his role in this was to be the skeptic.
That's the skeptic around here.
Yeah, about as skeptical as it gets.
About as skeptical as it gets.
Skeptical as it can be. You can't go too deep into the skepticism around here.
No.
Okay.
We're putting him to sleep. Like, he's tired.
He's connected to the Sasquatch, and he's like, I see I have work to do. Yes. Can you guys please get done with this so I can go to work?
I don't think that at all. I don't put words in my mouth. I'm really enjoying this time. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm in a really good state, and I'm in that alpha mindset, and I feel really good.
Exactly, it's a Sasquatch. When you say Sasquatch, it's like, oh yeah, the Sasquatch. That happens
this
to the
thing
body
keeps talking to me.
He had more ribs.
I'm really good.
Sasquatch talk to you, man. You're gonna yawn.
Yeah.
Good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't forget about
it. Oh, that's right.
I'm not tired. I had a really good sleep last night.
Oh, that was a Sasquatch yawn.
That was a Sasquatch yawn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even
I'm not
Todd
tired at all. I slept like 9 hours last night as a miracle. Like really well.
I guess the Sasquatch know you need some rest.
Yes.
Instead of driving all day and night, you're resting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had the cat jumping on me. We call it the shark. It's like shark
He's got a
cruising
shark.
at night. Four-legged shark.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, let's get the
Next.
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 Thank you, Todd.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Pleasure.